This is the band sidestep. So this is actually a reshoot, a new video reflecting some different ways in which I'm coaching and cueing this one. So in general, the hips get stability through external rotation. That's rotating outwards. And that's gonna drive stability not just through the hip, but up into the low back, as well as in the knee, the foot, and ankle. So with a band sidestep, we want to promote that external rotation movement to get the most out of this drill. So what we're going to do, we're going to set up with feet straight, about shoulder width apart, band on the ankles to start, and then how I like to cue this, if you imagine you have an inseam on like a pair of jeans here, we can rotate that inwards and we can rotate that inseam outwards. So inwards is internal rotation, the femur's rotating in. External rotation is my inseam rotating as far forward as I can. I want to rotate that as far forward without losing contact with my big toe and ball of the foot, because I don't want to roll my ankle. So for me, that's right about there. From then that position, I'm going to shoot my butt back a little bit, and I'll show from the side in a second. And now I'm going to take some small but wide steps, trying not to lose this sense of external rotation or inseam forward. So what I mean by that is I don't want to fall into this position where my knees are kind of collapsing in, because then that's going to work a whole different set of muscles. So we set up, we rotate the legs outward. That's actually going to change if you watch your foot arch position, feet stay straight, hips back a little bit. That just gives a little better access to the glutes. And then we can work through there. A couple variations. If you need to make it a little bit easier, move the band up just below or above the knees. That's just a little less force on the band. If you want to make it a little harder and you don't have a heavier band, you can move the band to the forefoot. But the forefoot, you now no longer have contact band on the legs. So it's sometimes harder to know if you're creating that external rotation position. I used to always have people put the band on the toes, but I found their knees often had no reference point. So move your back knee ankles. So even when the band's on the toes, I want to get that rotation and work out there. That should be pretty dang tough. Okay? If we want to work a little calf, a little balance, I can come up on the toes, but still try to create a little of that rotational force as you go through. Okay? Mistakes I see people make if they're not knees collapsing in, the biggest one is that people use their torso to get momentum. Sometimes I've had people irritate their low backs with these, and they're doing this big side bend. So I like to hold the hands right here, so that way I can see my hands in my peripheral vision, and they're not tilting, but I know that they're level. I'm probably not using my back. Okay? So those are some tips to upgrade your band side step.